Alrighty. This will be much easier to do. Okay, got that all set up. Hey, Kratos. So, instead of doing the stupid, Five Nights at Freddy's, it's, it's storming out where I'm at right now. You guys probably can't hear it, because it's not too loud, but it's raining and storming, so I thought, why not do a bunch of creepy reaction videos tonight on this dark and stormy night? Hello, Muffin Gang. But yes, I thought, why not react to maybe some Mr. Nightmare videos or some, some scary videos, since it's nighttime and it doesn't revolve me playing games, because I don't want to. So yes, good evening in this dark and spooky night. Now then, I should probably move myself to the side for when I do the... Yeah, lots of rain. Raindrops falling on my head. I'll put myself... Oh wow, it's really flashing outside. I'll put this right here. I'll put myself right here. It's really thundering outside. Don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but it's thundering like crazy outside. Like all the raindrops keep falling on my head. Doing things so kind and it's so cool. Doing things right. Raindrops keep falling on my head, they keep falling. Okay, Kratos, you ask, hey Mr. Bridgegoku, how would you like to take a job on my behalf? Not right now, but it's going to be planned out in the near future. It has something to do with what to do for you to pay back. What? Gonna have to, rephrase the question. I don't really... I know you said something about a job, but what? To others, if you catch my drift. I don't. You're gonna have to rephrase the question. Sorry, didn't get that one. Nothing's worrying me. Now let's see if I can find a good video to read. Hello there, I see Lady 58. Welcome to the stormy night on this wondrous stormy night. The subscriber. Nice. What's up, Brandon? We're doing like a little late night scary reaction thing where I'm gonna be reacting to some scary videos because it's dark and it's stormy and I wanna do some scary reaction. So maybe I'll do some llama arts. I'll go to llama arts there. Stories. Alright. What I'm talking about is for you to get your revenge on certain individuals, if you catch my drift. I'm always down to get revenge. Revenge. So, alright guys, so what llama arts videos should I react to? I'll let you guys suggest what llama arts videos I should react to. Obviously, they gotta be horror, obviously, but let me know and I'll start the reaction. because it's a dark and spooky night. Thank you, Brandon. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you so much. If not, I'll just pick randomly. If you guys got nothing, I'll just pick randomly. Raindrops keep falling on my arm. Wow, it's really raining outside. Maybe we got a severe thunderstorm. I have seen Creepy Deep Web too. I've seen that one. I've seen all the Deep Web ones. I have not seen Scary Vacation Animated though. I might do Scary Vacation Animated Story 3. I haven't seen that one. I have seen Creepy Deep Web too. I like rain. I don't like thunder. If it was just raining, it's fine, but thunder is just, you know. Okay, so we're going to be reacting to a Scary Vacation Story 3 by Llama Arts. Very smart. Smart. Llama Arts. Smart. Llama Arts. Smart. The key. So, well, there we go. I hope you guys enjoy the reaction. Get some popcorn and stuff. I want to make it like a little movie night that we're doing. Yeah, it's storming. You guys can't hear that? It's storming it's raining like crazy. Storming, lightning's out. It's not I don't think it's severe, but it's I can really hear the rain. It's really raining heavy. So, let's do this, guys. Scary Vacation Story 3!
During my holiday, I spent about 3 weeks in Japan.
Oh, that's nice.
I arrived pretty late,
Buy
so
my
I
merch
couldn't
in
check
Japan,
into
guys.
the hotel that I
From
initially
Japan.
booked. So I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby.
Uh-huh.
Aesthetically, it was quite nice.
Well, that's nice.
But it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please.
That's
Plus,
unsettling.
there was no security in sight.
Yeah, that's unsettling.
After arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV. I was still pretty jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked. I didn't think anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
That's
About
me.
5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside.
Uh-oh.
Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little. All of a sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of the door. And there was a shadow of a person. At first, I thought it was room service, but it was too late for that.
Oh boy.
Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room.
I wish.
As soon as I switched my light on, the shadow disappeared. I was confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed. That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door.
Why did you check if the door was locked?
I turned my light on and shouted,
"Who's there?"
After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside. I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped.
What? What happened?
A man emerged from the darkness and ran erratically towards me.
The fudge?
His face was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he was holding a knife in his right hand. As
no!
I got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long, dirty hair. His clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over.
Play want to close the door.
I quickly slammed my door and pressed against it, praying that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole. He was gone. I let out a sigh of relief and checked the peephole again. My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of the door. He was wearing a maniacal smile on his face, and all of a sudden he raised his knife and yelled,
"I'm gonna fucking kill you!"
I jumped back and kept my eyes locked on the bottom of the door.
What is this,
Jeff
the Killer?
I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the police arrived, I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo. That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night.
What?
At 12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me.
Why did you lock your door?
The same guy passed out on the floor, with a knife in hand. I was in shock. How did he find me?
Why did you
quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside. The cops came and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
Oh, you think? You think? You know what? Let that be a lesson to all of you. Let that be a lesson to He could have killed you that night. You lucky he passed out. Why would you not lock your door after what you just been to the first time? What? Are people just that stupid? You literally just went through this. You would think the first time you locked your door. But no, oh, I'm safe. There's no way he's going to be here. I'm not even going to lock my door. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Always lock your doors. Come on, people. Come on. Lock your doors. Be safe. It's better to be safe and alive than sorry and stupid. Be safe. It's not a good thing, guys. Just let that be a lesson to all of you. I mean it. Lock your doors. Or I'll come over there and kamehameha you in the face. Can't have you guys dying. Oh, God. Alright, that was the video. Llama Arts. Let's see what else, what else do we have? Let's see, what, any other... Mods are basically like my guardians. Think of them as my guardians. They keep the peace in the chat for people who want to break the rules. What's up, Kevin Cool Powers? Oh, you're in my Star Wars streams? Nice. Alright, so let's see what else we can The Sunny Family Cult animated story. TV sponsored this. I don't think I've seen this one. I don't know if it's a scary one, but that might not be a yeah. Let's see what else do we have? Let's see pizza stories. I just had pizza. I don't want to hate pizza. Scary story. Creepy Christmas time story. Why not? Alright, guys, get ready for a zinger. This is creepy Christmas. This is a creepy Christmas time story. And, yeah. Hope you guys are ready.
It was November of 2006. I was a 16-year-old kid living in the town of Altoona, Iowa. I went to bed early one night because I had to work the early shift at McDonald's. As I slept, I had a dream that I was running through downtown Des Moines, but I wasn't on a jog. I was running from something.
What were you running from?
As I ran around the corner of a building, I came face to face with my pursuer.
Oh.
A tall man wearing a trench coat and a top hat stood in
that
front
is
of me.
that is very creepy.
The only thing visible of his face was his eyes. They were abnormally large with black pupils,
Run.
and it looked at me as if it wanted
just
something.
moonwalk away.
After what felt like hours, he reached out his bony hand, as if he wanted me to go with him. I woke up violently from my dream, and after catching my breath, I peered around my room to see if I was safe. As I stood up from my bed, I noticed that I could see my breath. Feeling confused, I checked my window.
Are you in a dream within a
It
dream?
was latched shut. I then walked over and checked my vent. I could still feel warm air coming from it. As I sat back down on my bed, I tried to figure out what exactly was going on. That's when the figure from my dream appeared at the foot of my bed.
Oh, hell no!
I scrambled back to my headboard.
What do you want?
I asked, trying to hide the shakiness in my voice. With the same bony finger, it pointed at me.
Oh, God.
Growing up in a religious home, I believed what I was looking at was a demon. I told the creature to leave. It just waved its finger at me, and with a low voice, it spoke to me.
Never leave. Always here.
The creature then screamed loudly and disappeared. A feeling of nausea came over me, and I vomited on the floor. The last thing I remember was cleaning myself up and waking up to my alarm. It's been about a month since I had seen the top hat wearing man in my bedroom. The Christmas season was in full effect. My parents weren't home because they got invited to some kind of event.
Oh,
So it was only me and my 3 sisters
nice.
at home. I had to wake up early in the morning for work, so I decided to go to sleep. I rested my head on my pillow and closed my eyes.
Oh, boy.
Not even 30 seconds passed until my sisters burst into my room and started singing obnoxious songs. This, of course, made me very angry.
Honestly,
but I thought if I ignored
I'd be
them,
relieved.
they would leave me alone. This was not the case. As I pulled the blankets over my head, I started to feel the same cold feeling that I had in November. As the obnoxious singing subsided, I lowered the blanket below my eyes and saw the man standing in the corner.
Oh, come on!
In one swift motion, he charged towards me, and I blacked out. When I finally came to, I found that my sisters had locked themselves inside the bathroom. As I knocked on the door, they told me to go away. I asked them what happened, and all they could say was Mom and Dad were on their way home. I looked down and saw that my hand was slightly bloody. Holes were in the bathroom door. And
Yeah,
a
I'm
broom
out.
was
How about
sticking
this
out the
house?
wall.
How about this
I then
state?
walked into the living room and found that there were knives stuck into the wall as well. The same wave of nausea passed over me, just like in November, and I threw up again. As I was cleaning up, my parents walked through the door. My father immediately walked over to me and gave me a good beating. Then he sent me to my room. I went to bed crying. Not from the beating. I was crying because of the confusion. I had no idea what was going on.
Did he possess you?
The next morning, my sisters reluctantly sat next to me and told me what had happened. They said I got angry and chased them down and tried to hurt them. They said my eyes were red to the point where they thought I was bleeding from them. They said I sounded like a different person. In 2011, that was the last time I saw the top hat wearing man. I just moved into a new apartment, and after a long, stressful day of unpacking, I took a shower and got ready for bed. As I started to drift off, I could feel that cold feeling again. I lifted my head and saw the man standing in front of me.
Oh, God!
The man's eyes were red now. With a low voice, just like on that November night, it looked at me and said,
Never leave. Always here.
I'm good. No. No to all that. No. You see, this is like fighting. I can fight Freezer, I can fight Cell, and all that stuff, but I hate fighting ghosts. They're just mean. They just want to take over stuff. Why? Why do I gotta fight ghosts? You know, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. This is a job for the Ghostbusters, dang it. Better go to an exorcist or something and take care of this. Like, no. No, I'm good, you know. I'm good. Mr. Ghost, better him than me, though. Better him than me. Better him than me. Yeah, no to all that. I cannot. So that was that video. Hope you guys haven't wet yourselves, cause I probably did. Oh boy. I do not what to do. Let's move on to the next story. Whose butt's more thicker, Chi-Chi's or Bulma's? Chi-Chi's. What should I? Which one should I react to? Just scary stories tonight, guys. Just react to scary stories tonight. In this dark, creepy night. Yes, I saw the hashtag. What's up, Furious X? Have I heard of D. Stevens? Yeah, I've heard of D. Stevens. Makes pretty cool horror stories. A lot of these horror stories I've already seen. Those are the only two I think I have never saw before. I'm trying to see if I can find anything that I did not see. I guess I could. It's been a while since I've seen School Lockdown. I guess I could, see School Lockdown. Yeah, we'll go with School Lockdown horror stories. It's been a while.
It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us. So everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers, so our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporkle.com. He was a very laid-back teacher like that. As we were doing some brand logo quiz on Sporkle, I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown. I actually got the chills, and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious. A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway. 2 girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more
You better
scared.
shut up!
As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you." It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life.
Stop, you be quiet.
My teacher shushed us as
Just
we all
be
looked at each other to
quiet.
see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door. And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
Are you kidding me? I told you to be quiet. I'm about to. If that was me, I'm gonna knock one of the girls out. Yeah, you gonna go night-night if you get me killed. None of you guys are getting me killed. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I'm dying because any of you guys can't grow a sentence. Shut up! Shut it up! If I get killed, oh, I will. Not only am I taking you with me, I'm haunting you afterwards. Do not play with my life. Don't be playing with my life, y'all. It's mine.
The banging on the door only grew worse as the man started screaming, "Open up." 2 of the girls in the class were crying out loud now. It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door.
Shaking my head right now.
But eventually, he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do.
Yeah.
He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming, and staff wasn't sure if the man was armed or not. Now, this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching but to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school, and according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum. The janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up, for example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone.
Oh boy.
My entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs.
Well, I just wet myself. I just wet myself. Hello to all you newcomers to the stream. Hope you enjoyed that. Hello, Khalifa. Let's see. I have a request. I know you don't allow this usually, but I would ask if somebody else wasn't. This may I promote someone you know that is closest to you? Sure, fine. I'm just doing it by myself, Mia. I'm not having nobody with me tonight. Wear a diaper. Shut up! Shut it up! Do what I want. Let's move on to another horror story. You guys really want me to do deep web? Fine, I'll do deep web horror story, even though I've already seen it. But whatever. If it'll get you guys off my case, I'll do it. Fine. Hope you enjoy it, cause I won't. It's bunch of bullcrap. Alright, here we go. I hope you're ready. I'm not ready. Hold on, I gotta get my cover around me. You know, I wanna get nice and semi-comfortable. Get some popcorn. Guys, get some popcorn and just enjoy the moment because I just want to get comfortable. Really, really, really comfortable. Okay, I think I'm all good. I'm nice and snuggly. I'm protected. You guys can't hurt me. Nothing can hurt me. while I'm under the covers. I'm gonna cram everybody. I'll cram everybody in sight. Here we go. Alright. Creepy deep web stories. Stay off the deep web.
I was 26 years old, and I was unemployed. Feeling unfulfilled by the monotony of a job life, I decided I would try my hand at working from home. So my days and nights comprised me of surfing the internet for any jobs I could get. I was a big procrastinator, so more often than not I'd stray away and waste time doing other things. One
Watching
day, I
PewDiePie?
came across talk about
Really?
the deep web on Reddit. I felt amused by the people talking about it as if it was something so scary, and decided I'd look into
It is!
It was stupid of me to go on it in the first place.
Duh!
I made it even sillier by deciding to check it out late at night.
God
It was
damn
about 2 a.m. and I came across a website where you could chat with someone anonymously. The person I got was a woman. She was in her early 20s and very pretty. She sat with her head in her hands, looking playful into the webcam while batting her eyes. I had no desire to turn my camera on and started our chat, thinking that while I didn't come across anything scary, I could befriend this pretty girl. It sounded like a better deal anyway.
Do not.
She told me
Dude,
to turn
it's a
the
woman on the
camera
deep web. It's
but I
not a nice
ignored that
lady.
request and tried to get her to talk. She finally did after some prodding, but I noticed how guarded she was. I also noticed how after every message I sent, her eyes would look off camera, either to her side or somewhere behind her computer. After a while,
Yeah, that's
it
not
started
creepy,
getting
and that's not a
annoying,
warning
so I
sign.
asked her
So
if
just get the
someone else
heck
was
off
there
the
with
deep
her.
web.
I want to see you first.
She said. Up until
No.
now, I'd been chatting
And seriously,
while
guys,
she'd
why do you,
answered my
when you get on the
questions
deep web, why are
verbally.
you getting on it when you have a freaking laptop with a video camera? It's
Don't
not.
be scared.
She said,
Run,
laughing,
bitch!
this time looking behind the
Run!
laptop again and making a face that seemed to indicate she was laughing at my expense with someone else. This is getting boring. It feels like I'm not just talking to you.
That's because you're not. You're talking to all of us.
Who
Well,
else is there?
that's my cue to leave.
Camera on.
Nope.
Is this a joke?
Turn it on.
No.
Okay. I'll
Run.
be leaving now.
Turn on the camera.
How about no,
laughter was almost
bitch?
piercing
No.
right now.
I'm
Nothing
immune to
humorous
things that I
about
don't want to
the
do. I'm
situation,
allergic.
yet she threw her head back with riotous laughter. I'd had enough and moved the cursor over to turn the chat box off when I saw the cursor had jammed. The only thing that was working was the
Classic
chat box,
deep web move.
and I still had access to the keyboard.
Turn the camera on, sweetie.
Her
I'm not your
gumdrop-filled
sweetie, and I'm
voice was
leaving.
louder than before when I moved my gaze up to see her smiling toothfully at the camera. Her
Run.
face still
Run.
beautiful, but the smile completely fake.
My computer's crashed. I can't see
I'm
the
out.
screen.
I'm
Sorry.
out. I know
I
one
lied.
thing.
I didn't want
Unplug
to
your
know I had
computer.
no option
Break
but to
it.
Chat. Her screen flashed before going blank. There was nothing there but a black screen. I felt relieved.
Seriously,
thinking that at least I
break
didn't
your
need to talk to
computer.
her while I tried to figure out what happened to the screen. Just then, a chat message popped up.
Open the damn camera, you.
The aggressiveness in the message frightened me. Now, the fact that I couldn't see her face while she typed this made me feel nervous. I didn't dare reply back, but then the cursor moved. I watched shell-shocked as the cursor twirled around the screen.
Open the camera now.
I still didn't make
Would
a move.
you
There's
leave?
no way anything good would be waiting for me.
I mean,
if did what she
seriously,
asked.
how many warning?
The screen began flickering, as if a virus was causing the computer to writhe in agony.
Do you want me to find you?
My heart raced. Could it be possible she knew where I was?
Oh,
I
you're
started
on the
typing.
deep web.
Stop bothering me.
Then turn on the fucking camera.
By this point, I thought she was some kind of sadist who got her kicks by scaring unassuming people. And
Oh my god. You know what? I no longer feel sorry for this guy. He was given so many
saw
warnings,
my
and he's
frightened face
still
staring at the
not
screen.
bringing his teeth.
Judging by my face, my attempts
God.
at looking tough were painfully unsuccessful. I asked around for the girl looking straight into the camera, telling her I did what she wanted and to stop hacking into my computer. There were several seconds of silence. I kept my stare.
This dude is worse than
directed
dodging
at
the
the
Gohan.
that showed her camera feed, but it was pitch black. I motioned into the camera in confusion, feeling as if she was messing with me now. Then I saw another message.
Look here.
After a few seconds of staring at those words, I looked back at her camera, but my computer instantly malfunctioned, and I received another message.
Look here. Don't look up.
The chat was filled with nonsensical gibberish. She typed with such ferocious speed, my screen whirled away with her constant messages.
Please,
I couldn't understand
dude, I'm begging
what was
you
going
just to
on,
turn off your camera.
but I didn't look up. My patience ran thin.
Why?
And I wrote back.
Are you guys, do you people just want to die?
What is this supposed to mean?
Her response came. I read only the letters in bold and shuddered. I looked back into her webcam and I fell back into my chair, my eyes widening. She was back there, only her face looked completely demented. She had a savage expression, devoid of emotion, but her eyes were almost popping out of their sockets, and she was huffing as if she had extreme amounts of pent-up rage.
Yeah, I
The way
bet.
she looked directly into the camera made me feel she despised me with all of her
Could you
being.
please
There was no amusement there
turn
anymore.
off your computer?
Her camera went blank again. Then the chat popped up. My heart stopped again. For a split second, there had been the same blackness, only for the lights to come back on. She wasn't alone anymore. There was a man next to her with a black mask on. He made no movements other than look into the camera like the girl. The girl's neck creaked inside. It looked like it was causing her pain, and then the lights went out again. The chat resumed. This time, I screamed in fright and fell off my chair. There was another man with them now. He was standing next to the girl with the original one on the other side. This man had the same mask on, but his hands were grasping the girl's shoulders.
Why are you staying around for this crap? I would have been gone once. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even be here. That's how secure I am. Wouldn't even be there. Or I'd be over there, Kamehameha their house.
Her eyes were mad with glee.
I mean, it's the transmission where they at killing everybody.
Her teeth were perfectly lined up as her mouth spread into that toothy grin, but I could see she was in pain. Even with the smallest sign of her smile fading, the man clenched his hands even tighter than before, which made her smile even wider. All three of them were shaking,
Yeah, I'm sure.
as if it was extremely cold where they were. After a couple seconds, I realized they were shuddering, like trying to hold back laughter.
What are you laughing at?
I yelled into the screen.
Why are you talking to
They didn't
them?
answer, and continued to tremor with concealed hilarity.
What is so damn funny?
I bellowed.
They gonna kill
They
you.
stopped shaking. Within a couple seconds, the screen went black again. When it turned back on, the man no longer grasped the girl's shoulder. Neither was she smiling.
You have given
All
them
three
so
moved
much
into the
time to find
camera.
out where you are.
Upon a closer look, I understood that they weren't pointing at me. They were pointing behind.
You literally gave them so much
As I
time!
looked back, I could see myself.
Behind you, damn it!
There was someone peeking from behind me. It was another man in a mask, and according to what I saw on my webcam, he was with me in my room, right behind me. I turned around quickly, but saw nothing where I had seen him in the webcam. I turned back towards the screen and, to my bewilderment, saw a third man in the girl's chat box. It was the same man I had just seen standing in my room. Now, all three had their hands on the girl and were gripping tight. The girl wasn't laughing anymore. She had a look of utter devastation. A tear was dropping from her eye, but it wasn't just a tear. It was blood trickling down her eye socket. She then mouthed the words, "Help me," and the next second she screamed as if her lungs were being ripped off as the screen went black. I immediately got up and pulled the plug out of my computer and backed out of the room. For a couple seconds, I swear I heard her screams, even though the computer was unplugged. The room went quiet.
He finally
but I
does it
was
after
too
all that.
devastated to stay there, and ran out of my house despite it being 3 a.m. I caught a cab and went over to my friends, who had to talk me down for an hour before I could be calmed. I returned back to my house with my friend a day later. Everything was the same. and after thoroughly checking around the house, we concluded that there was no one there, nor was there a sign of anyone ever having broken in. I've never gone back to the deep web. My friend suggested it might have been some prank by computer hackers, but the way that girl shrieked, the terror she had on her face, it convinced me she had been a victim herself.
Ugh.
I'd wondered if I had stayed on for longer, if I would have become a victim too. Could those men have found me? Was there really someone in the room with me? There was nothing I could do.
You don't want to find
because
out.
there was nothing concrete to report to the police.
You really don't.
What I did do was throw the computer out and buy a new one. There was no way I could even open it back up after what happened.
Somebody gonna get a free computer that night. I'm using humor to mask the intense amount of fear I'm feeling right now. Yeah. So, that was the video. That was the video, guys. Yeah, that was the video. Yeah, the video. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't go on the deep web. And if you do, leave within 1 second. Don't go! Oh, my feelings. Oh, my feelings. Yeah. Alright. Continuing with our little late night shenanigans. Let's just take a second to evaluate the situation before I go with another video. Let's just dial it back. Let's take a second. Dial it back. And let's just assess. I want you guys to type in everything he did wrong in that video. I want all of you. I want you to type everything that guy did wrong in that video. Go ahead, I'll wait. I will wait. Trust me. I want to see what you guys come up with. Just everything that he did wrong in that video. Type it in the chat. I want your thoughts. Please, by all means. Let me have it. Went to the site. Thank you, Anonymous Muffin. Should not have clicked on it. Thank you, Kevin Cool Powers. Did not turn off the computer. Thank you so much, Daniels. He had a camera. Thank you, Xavier. Wasn't turning off the monitor. That was already answered, but thank you. Didn't unplug his computer. Thank you so much for that one. Go into the dark web and not leave. Thank you so much, the Dead Super Saiyan. Thank you, Axel. He didn't leave. He went to the deep web in the first place. Thank you, FC. He talked to them. Thank you again, Brian. Can somebody go get Mia a lozenge to eat? Witnessed the murder of a girl and suffers from PTSD. Yeah. Should have Command Q. Needed to block the app. Hello there, Merlin. Thank you for joining. Did what they told him to do. Yep. Did not lock the door. Yep. That's also another one. You guys came up with a good chunk of what I was thinking already. Yep. How about a big fat Control-Alt-Delete that computer? Alright, so yeah, you guys answered that stuff pretty good. Alright, so we're gonna do another one. I will be looking. Get some popcorn. Try not to wet yourself like... Though I don't blame you if you do. I really, really don't. So... yeah. Let's Okay, we got, next on our list, destroy the PC with fire. Oh, man. Should have called the cops. Let's be honest, him calling the cops would have done no good because they would have never got there in time. They never do. Okay, so let's see now. This is an oldie but a goodie. Alright. Hit it with a log. Alright, this is an oldie but a goodie, guys. So I hope you're ready for this one. Here we go.
This happened when I was 15 years old. My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting myself in through his back door. We played basically every video game he had, from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty,
That's
with
a good time. That's a hell of a good time.
Food spilled out all over the floor. As the night progressed, we moved from video games to watching half a movie and getting bored to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock. Anthony made a few calls to different pizza places.
Yeah.
When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house. On, say, my fourth attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked
Prank
up,
call.
answering with a yeah instead of a hello.
Well,
Anthony's
that's my
laughing
cue to
in the
hang up.
background made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter. I had never done a prank call, so I sucked at it.
Why you doing it?
The guy on the other end was silent. I regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call. It went something like this. Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car? What's your name, kid? My name is Bob. Really? You sure it's not Anthony?
That's my cue to hang up.
It hit me like a brick. I
And I'm
looked up
calling
at
the
Anthony,
cops.
whose face was noticeably
I
full
want to
of
give them
fear.
ample time to get here.
I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony, who the hell was that? I asked him. I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something? No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to figure out how it was possible to get someone's name through their phone number. It didn't make sense how he could get Anthony's name
I'm
so
pretty
quickly.
sure he's too young.
He was way too young at the time to
Yeah,
be
he's
on
like
any of those
15.
personal information sharing websites. We ended up asking a question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers. I suggested he call his dad, but he said he wasn't supposed to have anybody over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call.
Who cares?
We planned on sleeping
Call
in the living room,
them!
so we just resumed watching the movie that we hadn't finished from earlier. Right after the phone call had left my mind, me and
Seriously,
Anthony
call
looked
your
at each other
dad.
when we heard his
The hell
front
cares?
stone
You're not
door
supposed to have
opening,
people over.
and then
This
the
is a
doorknob to the
serious
front door
thing.
began to turn. It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it.
Oh boy.
Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was. I spread the
Do
blinds
not.
open.
Don't.
There was a tall guy standing outside. He noticed the blinds moving and turned to look at me. I practically
told
threw
you
the
should've
blinds
called
back
the
into
cops.
place. Me and Anthony hid in the kitchen, listening for any more noises.
Alright, grab some
We heard
knives.
the sound of the key to the backyard opening.
It's time
as
to
it
get
was
the
right
strap
outside
out.
the kitchen window.
Get a gun.
God
GGO is
damn
curious
it,
on.
I said. I forgot to shut the back door.
You
Anthony urged me
son
to
of
run
a...
and shut it.
Ah, I
I made
want
it
to
to the
strangle
hallway
you.
leading to his back
You
door and
stupid
froze.
son of a biscuit.
There was a silhouette standing outside
Oh,
the back door.
hell no.
I don't think he noticed me, but he was surely looking into the house. He opened the door and stepped inside. I tiptoed to the kitchen and motioned for Anthony to follow me upstairs. We made it to his room as quietly as possible, pulling the door shut to avoid making any noise. We crawled under his bed.
Always
He had
lock your
cloth covering the
doors,
bottom of his
people.
bed, so you couldn't see anything under it unless you actually moved the cloth. The doors downstairs all opened, each one getting closer to the stairs. Thumps finally began up the stairs, and he was right outside the door now. The door to the room opened. I could hear Anthony's breathing. It was too loud.
Anthony, you gonna do...
Footsteps
Anthony,
moved over to the closet. The
Ugh.
closet opened. I could hear the coat hangers being slid around as the fabric of the jackets and coats rubbed against each other. Footsteps moved over to the bed and stopped. I felt like my heart was about to explode out of my chest. Anthony's breathing was too loud. I had to cover his mouth with my hand.
If you don't hush it up, I will kill you myself.
Nothing but silence in the room now. We laid still for so long, I almost thought he wasn't even in the room anymore. I moved my hand away from Anthony's mouth and whispered in his ear,
Don't talk.
You think we can make a run for it?
Why are you talking?
He was about to answer when the most disturbing, memory-haunting scream I'd ever heard filled my ears as Anthony was seemingly dragged out from under the bed.
Bye, Anthony. Well, time to go.
Saw him struggling
Anthony,
with the man.
I loved you.
I
You're a good
desperately
friend,
looked
but I
around
gotta
for
go.
anything
I
to
gotta
use
think about
as a
the rest of
weapon.
everybody.
I settled with the screwdriver
Yeah,
sitting
get the
on his
screwdriver,
nightstand.
just jab him, or
I hurried
jab him
over
in
to
the eye.
the man and drove the screwdriver into his back.
Or the back. The back
He let
works.
go of Anthony as he let out a scream of agony,
it's time to
giving us
run.
time to get the hell out of the house.
Or grab the lamp and bust it over his head.
Running onto the road would give away our position too easily. It would take too long to make it to his neighbor's house. We dove for the tree line in the woods and took cover behind the bush.
What is this, a
watching the
freaking
house.
horror movie? You're gonna go for the woods?
The back door opened as the man stepped outside, looking around the backyard. He then looked out to the woods. I felt his eyes pass me as he scanned through the tree line. It seemed that it was too dark for him to see us. Then, he turned his head back in our direction. I ducked behind the bush. Joe, he's coming. What? Dude, get up, we gotta run.
Oh boy.
He was right. The man was approaching us fast. How could he have seen us? We ran through the woods with the leaves crunching under us, giving away our position. When Anthony tripped over something.
Man,
I crouched
Anthony,
down
you're
with
becoming
him,
a
hoping he would
liability.
run far enough.
Anthony is becoming a
Not
liability.
even 20 seconds later, oncoming footsteps from the direction we were running from came fast. They slowed down only 2 trees away from us as we lay face down in the leaves. Moments later, the footsteps take off in another direction. We waited until we could no longer hear them and took off back in the direction of the house. While running, over the sound of leaves crushing and my heavy breathing, I could swear I heard leaves crushing from behind us. We made it back to his backyard, into his house, and this time, remembering to shut the back door.
Oh, I bet you did.
We were now able to call the police.
Oh, I bet you would.
Anthony stayed on the line with them, while I patrolled the back windows, making sure nobody was out there. It was so dark, though, I couldn't see anything. So I did something that seems stupid today. I turned on his backyard lights.
Mother thumper,
and
why would
immediately
you?
in the distance, over by the woods, I saw him, standing in front of a big tree. He turned off back into the woods and disappeared out of sight. That was the last time me or Anthony ever saw him. I would be lying if I told you we heard the occasional knocks at our windows or something cliche. No, that was it. 5 years have passed and nothing has happened. Do I wonder if it was somehow linked to the prank call? Maybe. Does it make sense? Not really. But yeah, this was the story of how me and my still best friend Anthony almost died during a break-in.
I'm shaking my head at this whole scenario. Again, Anthony, you became a liability. Do not be a liability when my life is on the line, okay? I got enough of that with Krillin and Piccolo and Gohan and everybody else being a liability. No, nope. If you guys get me killed, I will sacrifice each and every one of you. Survival of the fittest, baby. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Dang it. And... Alright, no, this one I've been so hesitant to play because this one still creeps me out to this day, and I really, really don't want to play it, but in my opinion, it's probably the scariest one because the ambiance of it just creeps me out to all hell, and So if you guys are very squeamish and don't like horror, like these kinds of ghost stories, you might not want to watch this one. I'll give you some time. But if you're strong-willed enough to, watch, and we'll watch it together, we'll watch it together. Yeah, we'll watch it together. I'm just giving you guys a chance. Don't do this to yourself. I don't even know why I'm doing this to myself. I hope you guys are ready. There's it. I hope you guys are ready. I'm snuggling myself extra. I gotta make myself extra comfortable. Ugh. Hold on. I'm making myself extra comfortable. You ready? Yeah. Just get myself extra comfortable. I'm with you guys. Okay. Okay, here we go. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go.
When I was a kid, my parents would sometimes bring me down to my aunt and uncle's place to stay for the weekend.
I've done this
Mainly,
before.
I'd spend time playing with my 2 cousins who were around the same age as me. They lived on a small farm with plenty of open space, and we could run around doing pretty much whatever we wanted.
Well, that's cool.
If we thought we could get away with it, the 3 of us would sometimes cross over to the neighboring farm about half a mile away. It had been abandoned for decades, with a scattering of derelict buildings and other structures.
You know,
still
I
standing
can't
on the
even get
property,
mad at
just
them because
begging to be
I did this
explored.
when I was young. I
This
used
was,
to go
of
into
course, a gold
abandoned
mine for
buildings
3 adventurous young
in the
boys
middle of the
such
day.
as
We never went at
ourselves,
nighttime, but we went
especially
during the
after my
daytime.
cousins
So
told
I
me
can't even
stories
get
about
mad
the
at them
deaths
for
that took
this.
place in the house.
I'd be a hypocrite.
It was pretty classic fare. Man goes crazy,
I don't
axe
think we've
murders
ever
his
been to a
entire
haunted
family,
place, but
hangs
we've been into
himself,
abandoned
returns every
buildings.
night as an angry spirit looking for new victims. Good, grisly stuff.
Good old classic
Even at
horror
that
stories.
age, I knew they were probably making it up, or at least embellishing old rumors. But seeing as how the setting lent itself so well to such tales, I allowed myself to buy into it.
I was young,
One
guys.
afternoon,
Don't judge
we
me.
decided to play hide and
I was
seek.
young. It's stupid.
When it was my turn to hide, I ran off for a flimsy brown barn that had living quarters on top and climbed the stairs looking for a good spot. There was still furniture inside, and personal belongings lay scattered across the floor. I maneuvered over broken dishes, tattered clothes, and crumbling books, eventually coming to a small room with a closet. Jackpot. There
Why
were
would
even
you go
long
into
black
the
dresses still
abandoned
hanging
house?
on the rod that I could hide behind. I stepped inside and managed to force shut the folding door.
No!
My only illumination was a slit of sunlight that shone through the crack in the door from a nearby window. I crouched down with knees tucked into chest and waited.
Oh.
Some time passed and there was still no sign of my seekers.
Then just get out and
I
leave.
waited some more, debating if and when I should give myself up.
Just get out and leave!
After nearly an hour, this was starting to get boring. My head drooped.
No.
I woke with a
No!
jerk. It was pitch black.
You
Drowsy
fell
and confused,
asleep.
I
That's
forgot
the
for a minute
word.
where I was or what I had been doing.
Oh, no!
As it came back to me, the realization that it was now nighttime and that I had been abandoned here filled me with sinking dread in the pit of my stomach. I tried to get up, but a sudden cramp in my calf kept me grounded.
Oh, boy.
I squirmed about, waiting for it to pass, when I heard a door slamming shut downstairs. I instantly froze.
Stay where you are. Don't move.
One of my cousins?
Don't move.
There was a brief period of
don't move.
silence. Then footsteps at the bottom of the stairs. But not just footsteps, a thud too. After every other step. These weren't the footfalls of a child.
Yeah, you think?
They were slow,
Oh, that's
heavy,
creepy.
deliberate. I held my breath, praying they would go away. They did not.
Yeah.
The noises continued to ascend. After another moment of silence, the walking resumed, this time along with a steady scraping sound, like something heavy being dragged across the floorboards.
Dead body.
The
Dead body
footsteps made
alert.
their way through the debris and wandered aimlessly through the various rooms. I thought I could smell something faintly putrid. The constant scrape sent cold shivers coursing down my arms and back. My worst fears were realized when the steps reached the bedroom doorway. They got closer and closer, and finally stopped directly in front of the closet door. I couldn't see a
Cubby.
thing.
Where's Popo?
After an
Is that you,
agonizing
Popo?
pause, they continued on, over to the other side of the room and out the doorway again. They faded away down the hallway. I waited for what seemed like an eternity. There were no more sounds now, and I was trying to build up enough courage to open the door and flee.
Just get the heck out.
3 things happened simultaneously just then. I was bombarded with a smell I can only describe as fresh roadkill. I heard raspy breathing behind me in the dark closet, and I felt hot breath against the
Hell
nape of my
no!
neck.
Get out!
That was enough for me to hurtle myself out from the confines of that nightmare space, relying on memory and scant moonlight to navigate through the darkened house. All the while, I heard footsteps chasing behind me, closing in with terrifying speed. It was a clumsy, torturous escape, full of trips and bumps and blind stumbling. I never looked back, at least not until I had burst out the front door and into the country night. And when I did turn around, I saw absolutely nothing. There were no more footsteps and nobody was chasing me. That didn't stop me from running, though, all the way back to my aunt and uncle's house.
Home.
There was a police car in the driveway when I got back. My parents were there too, worried sick. Everybody demanded to know where I had been.
Why does she look like Jimmy
Apparently,
Neutron's
when my
mom?
cousins still hadn't found me by evening, they'd returned home to tell their parents.
I see that Easter egg,
Eventually, the
Lamar.
police were called in and informed me that they had already scoured every building on the farm. The insinuation that I was lying about my whereabouts didn't go unnoticed. None of it made any sense. It wasn't until years later that one of my cousins filled in a final piece of the story. He and his brothers had spent hours searching for me like they said, but the part they didn't tell anyone was that they thought they spotted me in the window of the bedroom I was hiding in. And when they got closer, they saw that it wasn't me. A young boy neither of them recognized was smiling and waving down at them and gesturing for them to come upstairs. That's when they ran back home. All of this while I slept in the closet.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight. Well, I'm not sleeping tonight. I'm not sleeping tonight. Yep, I'm not sleeping tonight. Yep, nuts, yep, No, damn you, Llama Arts, and your artsy work. Damn you. He knows what he be doing. He knows what he does. Nope. Let's do one more to close out this horror-filled night. Oh boy. Still gives me the willies. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm kinda torn on which one I should watch. Alright, this is the Smiling Man. Some of you might know this one, some of you might not. This will be the final one for the night, and hope you enjoy it! Hope you enjoy it.
About 5 years ago, I lived downtown in a major city in the US. I've always been a night person, so I would often find myself bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to sleep.
It kind of switches with me. I
used to go for long walks and spend the time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommates that even the drug dealers in the city were polite.
Yeah.
But all that changed in just a few minutes of one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police-patrolled park quite a ways from my apartment.
At least it's police patrolled, but I still wouldn't go at night.
Even for a weeknight, with very
Unless
little
I knew there were
traffic
like a whole bunch of
almost
cops
no one
around.
on foot.
And even then I still wouldn't go.
The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. I went down a short side street in order to loop back down my apartment when I first noticed him. At the far end of the street, on my side, was the silhouette of a man dancing. It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride. I guess you could say he was dance walking, headed
That's
straight
the
for
dance
me.
of agility. That's what he's doing.
Deciding he was probably
In his case,
drunk,
creepiness.
I stepped as close as I could to the road to give him the majority of the sidewalk to pass me. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving.
Oh, a graceful creepo.
He was very tall and lanky and wearing an old suit. He danced closer still until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile.
Looking like the Joker!
Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer. I took my eyes off of him to cross the empty street. As I reached the other side, I glanced back, and then stopped dead in my tracks. He had stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile still
I'm
wide
just gonna
on his
moonwalk
lips.
away, you know.
I was completely and
just
utterly
gonna-
unnerved by
Yep.
this. I started walking again, but kept my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away
Gotta
from
go
him
fast
for a
like
moment
Sonic.
to watch the sidewalk in front of me. The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he had been standing to find him gone. For the briefest
Run and
of
don't look
moments,
back.
I felt relieved.
Looked like Jeff the Killer
I
and Jack the
noticed
Ripper
him.
mixed.
He had crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down. I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he had moved fast. I was so shocked and I stood there for some time, staring at him, and then he started moving toward me again. He took giant, exaggerated, tiptoed steps, as if he were a cartoon character.
Yeah, let's say that was
sneaking
he, a
up on
cartoon
someone.
character?
Except he was moving very, very quickly. I'd like to say at this point that I ran away or pulled out my pepper
God.
spray or cell phone
He's terrified
or
with
anything
fear.
at all, but I didn't.
It
I
really,
just
yeah,
stood
that
there,
kind of
completely
happens when people are
frozen
so
as
scared
the
they can't
smiling man
move.
crept toward me.
I hate when you get caught in that.
And then he stopped again, about a car length away
Because it takes a
from
minute
me,
for you get
still
your
smiling a
bearings.
smile, still looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. What I meant to ask was, "What the fuck do you want?" in an angry, commanding tone.
Good luck with that
What
one.
came out was a whimper. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's about right.
Regardless of whether or not humans can smell fear, they can certainly hear it.
Oh
I
yeah,
heard it in
like
my
an
own
animal,
voice.
it smells the fear
That only made me more afraid.
and hear it.
But he didn't react to it at all. He just stood there, smiling. And then,
Well, if you're
after
gonna do
what
that,
felt
sir,
like
I'm just gonna
forever,
go.
He turned around, very slowly, and
leave.
started dance walking away.
Now leave.
Just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him again, I just watched him go, until he was far enough away to almost be out of sight. And then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him got bigger and bigger.
Run,
He was coming back my way. He was
Why
coming
is
back
it
my way,
run?
and this time he was running. I ran too. I ran until I was off the side road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be found. The rest of my way home, I kept glancing over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that, and I never went out for another walk. There was
You
something about
think?
his face that always haunted me. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look high. He looked completely and utterly insane. And that's a very, very scary thing to see.
Yeah. Yep. So that was the smiling man, everybody, and I'm not smiling. I am not smiling at all. At all. I need some humor. I get some humor. I need some humor. Your boy needs humor or something to laugh. Like I need humor or something. It's just. Where's Suction Cup Man when you need him? Where's Suction Cup? I need Suction Cup Man. Ugh. I watch a Dashy video or something to get my mind off of it. I need to watch a Dashy video or something. At least Dashy. At least the Dashy video will take the edge off. I mean, it's Halloween themed, but I know it's gonna at least be funny.
Yo, I let myself in, but
I see that.
Halloween day, let's go trick or treating, man. Let's go.
Nah, bro, I'm playing video games. I'm not going.
Come on, man. Let's go.
No, we too old for that. I'm not going.
We're not too
I
old.
love how that you got this is a Halloween
I'm
costume.
gonna get my costume.
That is a Halloween costume.
Dog, I'm not going trick or treat.
Come on, man.
No, T. And why you keep playing with controllers like that?
I got your back.
I'm not going.
I got your back.
I'm not going.
And glow sticks.
Oh, glow sticks?
Man, I'm hyped right now. Come on, man. Chill up.
Man, look, man, we too damn old for this.
No, we not. Come on, the glow sticks. What?
Why couldn't get the red joint?
Nah, this is my shit right here, man. This is my shit. Come on, look at your back, man. Come on, come. Iron Man. That's it.
Oh, back
You
when
gotta
Marvel
buy me
X
turtle
was
joint.
good.
What? Come on, man. Hype up. Yo, let's hit this house right here. Let's hit. You ready?
Dad, Dashy, calm your thick self down.
Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Happy
Yay.
Halloween. I can see that we have Iron Man here.
Yeah.
Nice costume. What are you supposed to be, little boy?
Oh, well, I'm not a little boy, but it's it's supposed to be funny. Like, this is my
I'm not gonna lie, baby girl kind of thick.
Well, let me see. I think I've got some things for you guys. Got some pins for both.
You can give him that, but can you give me something a bit more,
Practice your handwriting.
luscious?
And I think maybe for you some ramen noodles.
Damn, white lady, you ain't that bad. This is a beef con.
And I think maybe
Ew,
for you
beef
some
is, I
vegetables.
don't like beef.
Hold on, why
Chicken and chili
the
noodles.
vegetables and he got the like. So you're trying to say like I need to eat health? No, I'm not. Thank you. She's really nice. Thank you. All right.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Happy
Thank you.
Halloween.
You too,
So,
man.
you don't gotta know.
He look at her like.
Pants though, she need to write her goddamn number down with that shit. Come on, man. Ooh, they don't fucked up. They don't fucked up. Yo, they got all the good candy in here, man.
Oh, we taking all that.
Kids.
I have no shame. I took all the candy when they just left it out.
It say only take one.
Man, shut your little simple ass down.
You better take all that candy.
Fuck that. Here, hold my back. Here, get you some of this shit, man. Get you some of this shit.
Run!
You don't your back.
Take!
Hurry up, come on. Come on, man. Yo. Yo, he ain't see us. He ain't see us. Yo, that was funny as hell.
Hell no, that wasn't funny.
That was funny.
Man, you almost cut my balls up. You got me down like
That
a
was great.
Man, they still clean, man. Yo, we got
Nice.
some good shit.
Very,
Look,
very,
nerds.
very
Man, said one only.
Yo,
Uh-oh.
what? Yo, don't look. Maybe I'm tripping. Yo, I think there's a dude looking at us right now, man. He watching us.
The ugly nigga in the back.
Yo, stop! Yo, let's go. Let's walk this way, man.
Yeah, just
Stop looking at the mother. I know he ugly. Fuck, man. Man, I told you stop looking at him, man. What you doing, man?
Man, that was a sneeze. Say bless you.
I mean, it's two of you and one of him.
Right there.
Yo, this motherfucker's following up there.
Oh, snap! Run!
Yo, man, you too fucking fat. Give me my cane.
Black people speed, nigga.
Man, fuck that black people speed shit. Go look if he's coming.
What? Look. You look.
All right. We look together. All right, on 3.
1, 2,
2,
3.
You did.
That's some Friday stuff right there. In case that's a Friday reference.
You being too fucking loud, man. He could probably be like right fucking there. All right, rock, paper, scissors.
Won't you?
Look at all that noise.
That shit is not funny. Good luck, all right? I could lose my fucking life right now. Go.
Just go. Just check out and look.
What happened?
All right.
What happened?
Calm down, all right? He's right there. Come on.
That's me. That's me, guys. That is totally me.
Come on, we got first.
Oh, that's true. Oh, damn. But look, man, look, I got a plan. I got a plan. This is what we're going. I got a plan. All right, check it out. We're gonna go hide over there. When he get close, we jump him.
Nigga, you ain't never been in no fist fight.
You right.
You gonna start today.
Day in my life. But yo, okay. Plan B. We hide over there. If he get close, you jump him. When he's down, I'll kick him a couple times. Come on, man, let's do this shit. All right.
All
right.
Better have my back.
I got you, like way back, but I got you. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Just leave the circle there.
Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it jump. All right, here we go.
Hey, little nigga.
Patrick! Cram! Go Hulk on it!
No, stop, man. That's enough. Damn, you about to kill this motherfucker, man.
What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? What the? You got this big ass, fake ass, big black Power Ranger beating on me and shit. I was just trying to trade some candies, man. I fucking hate Tootsie Rolls, nigga.
Now I feel bad. Oh, y'all got some candies on y'all? I mean, like, I mean, you should have just said something. I mean, you'd have to all act all creepy. I mean, like.
My favorites, man. Here. I don't like these. You can have them. Hey, yo, T, wait up. Damn, that was fucked up. Yo, give this video a thumbs up so I can.
Alright, Dashy, you always have my thumbs up. Like, I mean, come on, man. Oh man, you know that's how you. That's a story. That's how you lift me when you. But just put on a good old Dashy video. He makes everything fun. Oh man. Oh. See that lifted my. I needed that. I needed. See, he always makes me smile. I enjoyed that. That was fun. I really enjoyed that. Oh man, that was great. That was great. Oh my lord. I think that'll be good for tonight. I think I'll send you guys somewhere. Who needs it? Why don't I send you to Lazuli 18 Gamer? She doesn't have that many people watching her, and she's streaming. So why don't I just send you guys to her? Hit it with that hashtag Muffin Raid. This was fun, guys. I really enjoyed this. So go ahead and hit it with that hashtag Muffin Raid. This was fun. We'll have to do this again sometime. Not too soon, cause horror is just. And shout out to you there, Darren Anthony, for your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Shout out to you, sir. But I want to thank you all for joining. Go ahead and Muffin Raid her. And yeah, this was fun.
Let's see.
All right. Well, I will see you all next time. Take care of yourself, guys. I'm out.
No, I don't know who did.
Goodbye.